Good evening, everyone. This is Thursday, January 30th, 2025, and we are facing a critical weather emergency across Montreal and surrounding regions. The Meteorological Service of Canada has maintained its winter storm warning for the Greater Montreal Area. And what we're witnessing right now is a relentless snow event that is absolutely paralysing this city. We are tracking toward 30 centimetres of total accumulation, and this comes after what has already been an extraordinarily difficult winter season. Municipal authorities have implemented a complete ban on non-essential travel, city services are overwhelmed, and emergency response systems are being pushed to their absolute limits. Let me bring you current conditions because the data from multiple observation stations paints a very clear picture of severity. At Pierre-Elliott Trudeau International Airport, the official Environment Canada weather station recorded 19 centimetres of snow as of 8 p.m. Eastern Time, measured since 6 a.m. this morning. That's 19 centimetres in just 14 hours, with snow continuing to fall heavily. Current conditions at Trudeau show temperature of -8 degrees Celsius, with northeast winds at 28 kilometres per hour, gusting to 42, creating wind chill values of -18. Visibility has been fluctuating dramatically, dropping as low as 300 metres during heaviest bursts and improving only to 800 metres during brief lulls. Snowfall rates are averaging 3 to 4 centimetres per hour over the past 3 hours, with peak rates reaching 5 centimetres per hour during most intense bands rotating through the area. Downtown Montreal is experiencing virtually identical conditions based on data from the McGill University Atmospheric Monitoring Station, showing 17 centimetres as of 7:45 p.m, with visibility around 400 metres, and wind gusts reaching 38 kilometres per hour. The combination of heavy snowfall and gusty winds is creating near blizzard conditions at times, particularly when visibility drops below 400 metres and winds exceed 40 kilometres per hour. Those are textbook blizzard criteria we're experiencing in pulses throughout this evening. Over in Laval, the automated station at Laval des Rapides reports even higher totals with 21 centimetres, measured as of 8:15 p.m, and that northern part of the metropolitan area appears to be in one of the more favourable zones for heavy snow bands to persist. The geographic extent is massive, as affecting southern Quebec from the Ontario border eastward to Quebec City. Longueuil on the south shore is dealing with 18 centimetres and deteriorating conditions, while Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu has reported 16 centimetres with heavy snow ongoing. Moving north into the Laurentians, communities like Saint-Jérôme and Mont-Tremblant are being hit harder, with reports of 25 to 28 centimetres already on the ground, where upslope enhancement is adding to totals. The Lanaudière region, including Repentigny and Terrebonne, is under the same warning with similar accumulations to Montreal proper. Extending eastward, Trois-Rivières in Mauricie has measured 14 centimetres so far, and Quebec City is dealing with 12 centimetres, with their heaviest snow still ahead as this system continues its eastward progression. The forecast timeline is absolutely critical for planning. From right now through midnight tonight, the next 4 hours, we're looking at sustained heavy snowfall across the entire Montreal metropolitan area, with accumulation rates holding at 3 to 4 centimetres per hour. Environment Canada's high-resolution deterministic prediction system shows the heaviest bands remaining locked over the island of Montreal, Laval, and immediate South Shore through this period. Then from midnight through approximately 5 a.m, Friday morning, we enter the most intense phase of this entire system. That 5-hour window is when dynamics reach their peak, with maximum lift and moisture convergence right over our area. And we could see localised snowfall rates spike to 5 or even 6 centimetres per hour in the most intense bands. During this overnight period, our wind gusts are forecast to increase, potentially reaching 50 to 55 kilometres per hour. And when you combine those speeds with heavy snow at 5 centimetres per hour, you create whiteout conditions where visibility essentially goes to zero. Moving into Friday morning from about 5 a.m. through 11 a.m, snowfall intensity is forecast to gradually decrease as the low-pressure centre moves eastward and the heaviest precipitation shield begins pulling away. However, we're not looking at an abrupt shut-off. The snow will taper gradually from west to east, meaning we'll still be adding to accumulation totals throughout Friday's morning commute. Western portions of the island of Montreal and areas like Vaudreuil-Dorion may see snow ending by 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. Friday morning. While eastern portions of Montreal and Laval could continue seeing moderate to occasionally heavy snow until 11 a.m. or even noon. By Friday afternoon, the main precipitation should be offshore moving into the Gulf of St. Lawrence. But we're going to deal with a different problem. Strong northwest winds developing behind this system, with gusts to 60 kilometers per hour that will create significant blowing and drifting snow, reducing visibility once again and undoing some snow clearing work. Total snowfall amounts by the time this system moves out are going to vary depending on location. But Environment Canada's forecast calls for widespread totals of 25 to 30 centimetres across the Montreal metropolitan area. And it is with highest amounts likely in northern areas like Laval and southern Laurentians, where that upslope component adds extra centimetres. Some localised pockets, particularly where persistent banding features set up overhead, could approach 35 centimetres, though those will be exceptions. South Shore communities are looking at slightly lower totals in the 20 to 25 centimetre range, but that's still significant accumulation, creating major operational challenges. Now let's talk transportation, because this is where conditions have become critical. The City of Montreal implemented a complete ban on non-essential vehicle travel at 6 p.m. this evening, and that ban remains in active effect right now. Unless you're an emergency responder, healthcare worker travelling to or from a shift, or someone dealing with a genuine life-threatening emergency, you should not be operating a vehicle on Montreal streets. The Service de Police de la Ville de Montréal has officers positioned at key intersections, conducting random traffic stops to enforce this ban, issuing fines of $300 to drivers who cannot demonstrate essential travel. More than 40 vehicles have been ticketed since 6 p.m, and police are making clear that enforcement will continue through the night and into Friday morning until conditions improve. The highway situation is absolutely treacherous, with the Sûreté du Québec reporting dangerous conditions on every major route. Autoroute 40, the main east-west corridor through Montreal, is experiencing multiple incidents, with several sections down to one lane due to accidents and stuck vehicles. Westbound lanes near the Décarie interchange have been particularly problematic. 3 separate jackknife tractor trailers between 5 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. blocked multiple lanes requiring heavy tow equipment to clear. Autoroute 20 on the South Shore is in similar condition, with numerous vehicles in ditches and median crossovers closed due to snow accumulation. Autoroute 15 heading north toward the Laurentians is barely passable, with transport trucks struggling on uphill grades. Provincial police have issued urgent appeals for anyone who doesn't absolutely need to be on highways to stay off them, reporting response times to accidents of 45 minutes or more because resources are so stretched. The major bridge crossings connecting Montreal to surrounding regions remain technically open, but operate under severe restrictions. The Jacques Cartier Bridge has speed limits reduced to 40 km per hour, with outside lanes closed due to blowing snow and visibility concerns, and bridge authorities continuously monitor conditions, with possibility of complete closure if wind gusts exceed sustained thresholds. The Champlain Bridge is under similar restrictions, with reduced speeds and warnings of icy conditions on the bridge deck. The Mercier Bridge connecting the island of Montreal to the South Shore has been closed entirely since 7:30 p.m. due to multiple accidents and deteriorating visibility, with no estimated reopening time. Public transportation across Montreal has been severely disrupted, with the Société de Transport de Montréal implementing emergency service reductions. The metro system is still operating on all 4 lines, but with reduced frequency. Trains running at approximately 65 to 70% of normal service levels due to staffing challenges with employees unable to safely reach work locations. Surface transportation on the STM bus network is where things have really broken down. As of 8 p.m. this evening, 52 bus routes operate with delays exceeding 30 minutes. 18 routes have been completely suspended, and numerous individual buses are stuck in snow throughout the city waiting for assistance. The EXO commuter train network serving suburbs has been hit hard, with significant impacts across multiple lines. The Deux Montagnes line runs on reduced schedule, with delays averaging 50 minutes due to snow accumulation on tracks and electrical system issues caused by heavy wet snow. The Candiac line serving the South Shore has suspended service entirely after a train became disabled near Saint-Lambert station. The Saint-Jérôme line into the Laurentians operates, but with delays up to 1 hour, as trains struggle with snow accumulation and reduced visibility affecting signal systems. At Pierre-Elliott Trudeau International Airport, the situation is extremely challenging, with significant operational impacts creating ripple effects throughout the North American air transportation network. As of 8:30 p.m, Aéroports de Montréal reports 147 cancelled flights today, both arrivals and departures, with another 96 flights delayed by more than 60 minutes. The Airport Authority has its full snow removal fleet deployed with 189 pieces of specialised equipment working continuously to keep 2 runways operational. But accumulation rate makes it extremely difficult to maintain safe conditions. Air traffic control has implemented ground delay programs holding arriving aircraft at departure airports when possible, which reduces congestion on the ground in Montreal but creates scheduling chaos throughout the system. The City of Montreal's snow removal operations are under tremendous strain. The city has deployed maximum response with 2,147 pieces of snow removal equipment operating simultaneously and approximately 2,600 workers on duty, working rotating shifts to maintain 24-hour operations. This includes 417 sidewalk clearing machines, 368 snow blowers, 534 trucks equipped with plows and salt spreaders, and hundreds of smaller vehicles for bike paths, bus stops, and pedestrian areas. Despite this massive resource mobilisation, the city is falling behind schedule because snow is accumulating faster than they can clear it, and this is now the 4th major snow event in the past 22 days. Mayor Valérie Plante held a press conference at 6:45 p.m. this evening addressing the situation directly. The snow removal operation is currently running approximately 4 to 6 hours behind normal schedules on priority routes, and many residential streets haven't seen any clearing equipment yet, and likely won't until Friday afternoon at earliest. The city has prioritised keeping emergency routes clear, access to hospitals, fire stations, major arterial roads and public transportation routes, but the sheer volume is overwhelming even those efforts. The snow storage situation has reached a critical point, creating additional operational challenges. So Montreal operates 22 designated snow disposal sites spread across the city where they dump snow hauled away from streets. As of this evening, 14 of those 22 sites are completely full and closed, 6 are at or above 90% capacity, and only 2 sites in the far east end still have significant available space. This means trucks must travel much longer distances to dump loads, which increases time required for each cycle and reduces overall efficiency. The city has begun identifying temporary emergency snow storage locations, including large parking lots and unused industrial sites. Let me put this winter's snowfall into historical context. Montreal has received approximately 148 centimetres of snow from December 1st, 2024 through January 29th, 2025, and when you add accumulation from tonight's storm, we're pushing toward 175 to 180 centimetres for the season to date. The historical average snowfall for Montreal by end of January is about 109 centimetres, which means we're running roughly 65% above normal. To find comparable winters in recent decades, you have to go back to 2007 to 2008 when Montreal received 374 centimetres for the entire season, or 2017 to 2018, when seasonal totals reached 331 centimetres. Looking beyond this immediate storm event, the extended forecast shows no significant relief from winter conditions in the near term. Saturday, February 1st, should bring temporary break in precipitation, with partly cloudy skies, though temperatures will remain cold, with highs around -7 degrees Celsius. However, the next weather system already shows up on forecast models for Sunday night into Monday, February 3rd. CIR's current model consensus suggests another round of snow is likely for Montreal Sunday night through Monday, with potential for another 10 to 20 centimetres, depending on exact track and intensity. Safety guidance for everyone dealing with this ongoing storm needs to be absolutely clear. If you are currently at home, you need to stay there. Do not venture out unless you have a genuine emergency that cannot wait. The travel ban is not a suggestion. It's a legal prohibition on non-essential travel. And beyond legal implications, it's just not safe to be out in these conditions. If you're currently away from home, wondering whether to try making it back, the answer is no, unless you're very close and conditions in your specific area are manageable. If you must drive for essential reasons, your vehicle must be properly equipped with winter tyres, and you should have an emergency kit including warm blankets, water, non-perishable snacks, flashlight with extra batteries, first aid kit, booster cables, small shovel, sand or kitty litter for traction, and fully charged cell phone. Tell someone your planned route and expected arrival time, and check in when you arrive. Drive at reduced speeds appropriate for conditions and increase your following distance to at least 4 or 5 times normal. Stay connected to official information sources throughout the night. Monitor Environment Canada's website for updated warnings and forecasts. Follow the City of Montreal's InfoNeige 311 service for snow removal updates. And stay in contact with family and neighbours to ensure everyone has what they need to stay safe. We'll have comprehensive updates for you Friday morning with latest on storm totals, ongoing impacts, and weekend outlook. Subscribe to this channel and enable notifications so you'll receive immediate alerts when new information is posted. Stay safe, Montreal. Look after each other, and we'll get through this together. Good night.